It's an easy spring recipe that is just perfect for Mother's Day brunch. Here to share how to whip up some mini quiches Mom will love, we welcome back kids cooking instructor Julie Mary. Great to see you.
You too.
Who doesn't love a quiche?
Well, there's a few of them out there.
Well, okay, we won't talk about that.
But you can
make it so many different ways with dietary restrictions and favorite flavors to kind of make it customizable for everybody.
Yeah, it's also a great thing to clean out the fridge if you've got a bunch of veggies.
There you go.
This is what I did. I had bell peppers from a Cinco de Mayo class this weekend. And so I just chopped them up with some mushrooms, some scallions from my yard, and just some onions. And then, of course, we've got a couple different kinds of cheeses. So you can mix and match and put any vegetable you want in there, kale, spinach, anything. And
then making it the mini size is just,
grab and go.
It's fun and cute, but it's nice to kind of serve a crowd as well.
Yeah, these are great for grab and go. Parties. I always, of course, have to make things cute for kids to get them to eat them.
Yes.
Because a lot of kids don't know what a quiche is, so I just have to tell them it's like scrambled egg pie. If you like pie crust and you like scrambled eggs and you like cheese and bacon and whatever, you can just put it all in there.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to talk my kids into it. Okay, where do we start?
So, for mini quiches, you can do these crustless. I like to do it with crust because it makes it so much easier to get out of the pan.
Sure.
If you don't use crust, which is fine, I would just grease it really good. I've got a little bit of shortening and a little paper towel that I just rub. You can use butter too, but shortening seems to grease really good.
Sure.
And it's easier to get it out. But are you feeling like rolling out some dough?
Let's do it. I'm here to work.
So we're going to do flour, obviously, so it doesn't stick. I have a little scraper here if it ends up sticking a little bit. And we're going to do flour on the roller.
Very nice.
And then this is just a pie crust, just a basic pie crust I made at home this morning.
Okay.
Easiest way, if you're doing like a full-size quiche, how I teach is just kind of start from the middle and just keep rolling around in a circle, and it should keep it more in a circular shape. But if you want to have your hand at that and see how you do.
Okay, start in the middle to the outside.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A lot of kids are wanting just to go back and forth as fast as they can, and then it ends up sticking to the rolling pin a little bit more.
And becoming a very interesting shape.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you're doing great.
We're doing good. We're hanging in there.
You can see chunks of butter in there.
That's what we like to see.
There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to overmix pie crust. So you can roll just a little bit thinner, and then I've got just about a 2.5 inch, maybe even 3 inch round biscuit cutter. If you want any round shape, doesn't have to be just for biscuits.
Okay, how does this look?
I think that's looking pretty good.
Okay.
We can also, I'm gonna have you punch out maybe like 3 or 4, whatever.
Okay.
Just give it a little twist. It should help loosen it. Yep. And then,
do I just lift her up?
You can, or you could use this if it doesn't come out. Perfect.
I can do this.
Yes,
if Hannah can do it, any child can do it. That's the test
so
in this kitchen.
while you're punching those out, I'm just going to do a little bit of the shortening around the bottom and the sides.
Yeah, shortening's a good call. You're right. That's the really slippery stuff.
It's easy to rub around versus butter, which can be super cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Not as spreadable.
Wow. Look at us. Whew.
Nice job.
I got one thing done. I feel very good about that.
Okay, so I'll do the first one just to kind of show you. So these, I like to kind of flatten them just a little bit more, make them a little bit bigger. You can also just use the rolling pin, but I want it to come up the sides a little bit more.
Sure.
So I've got these 4, so we're just going to put it centered in the bottom, and then you're going to kind of press it up the sides a little bit, which also helps flatten it out. It doesn't have to be all the way to the top. It's not.
Because you want it to be kind of a cup for all the good filling that's going in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my nails are too long. That's the problem here. Okay.
I'll help you out.
There we go. Just taking it another direction. Mine's not as pretty as yours. Okay.
Oh, it's all good. All right. Again, these doesn't matter. These are always going to look different no matter who makes them, depending on what ingredients you use and all that. I like lots of colors, which is why I use veggies. But you can literally do bacon and cheese if that's your game.
Well,
Quiche Lorraine, I mean.
So good. But it is a nice way to sneak in a couple of veggies, especially at breakfast. You're off to a great start.
So one thing I will say is some veggies release a lot of water when they cook. Tomatoes being a perfect example. They can make your quiche a little watery. I would roast those maybe first, get some of the juices out.
Oh, yum.
I sauteed some onions and mushrooms. I like the taste of sauteed mushrooms better. I can usually get kids to try them.
Oh, okay.
If they're cooked versus raw.
Sure.
And then, like I said, I had some bell peppers left over from Cinco de Mayo, 2 days ago, and then some scallions from my yard.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is just sprinkle. I have brought this for kind of the gooey stuff.
Okay.
I'll let you fill. You can do them all the same or all different, however you want to do it. And you can just fill it just to sprinkle a little bit on the bottom.
Don't want to do too much, right? Because you want a little bit of a couple ingredients.
Yeah, you want to be able to get the egg filling in there.
Okay.
And for cheeses, I got cheddar and Gruyere. Gruyere, I always tell kids, is like your fondue cheese or your potatoes au gratin cheese. Like it's that really yummy, melty cheese that's so good.
Okay, I'm doing color combos here.
Yes, color combos. I love it.
Orange. And then I want to do a little bit of green, I think. On
And those are pretty fresh, so they shouldn't be very strong onions. So. But obviously using raw onions in here, they wouldn't cook a lot in the oven, being in all that liquid, so that's why I like to saute them.
Okay.
So then we have our custard, which is kind of split in the middle with milk and cream. I did use half and half instead of cream today.
Okay.
And then 2 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. So this is considered a custard filling.
Oh.
Instead of pouring it out of here, I like to pour it from a liquid pouring jar.
That makes more sense.
So if you want to pour, you can just get to the top of where the crust is.
Okay. So not very much, right?
Yeah.
Like that?
You could do a tiny bit more, it's fine.
Okay.
You could even cover a little bit, it's fine.
If it spills over a little bit, we won't judge. Oh, this is so, I love this.
You can do the cheese in before you add the custard, or you can do some on top. I did some on top this morning.
Don't you think
just
on
to kind of
top
show
is
you.
And you get that little crispy,
the color.
cheesy topping.
So, and you can use both cheeses or one cheese or no cheese. It doesn't really matter.
Here, I'll do a combo on one of them.
There you go.
Cheesy, cheesy.
So these bake about 20 minutes.
Okay.
They do like a lot of egg dishes, souffles, they rise, and then as they come out of the fridge, the oven, they will sink a little bit, and that's fine.
Okay.
My advice is to let them cool. Maybe these little ones, maybe like 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then that way you can get it out of the pan a lot easier.
Yum.
So if you want to try one, there
Please.
they are.
This is such a treat for me. Okay.
And then our homemade pie crust, and tell me what you think. Pretty good, right?
So good.
And I didn't add any meat, but bacon, sausage, anything like that. It's great in there.
There you go. You can just keep going to your heart's content.
Anything you got in your fridge, pretty much.
Great idea for brunch this weekend. Thank you so much.
You're
Great
welcome.
to see you.
You too.
Delicious. We'll have this recipe and more about Julie on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.